Welcome. Have a nice day. Today is Sunday, 19th of January 2025. Starting the newspaper with the world news, including protesters stormed South Korean court as it extended impeachment of President Yoon's detention. Donald Trump's day one plans in office key promises for his next term. First hostages to be released on Sunday as Israel-Hamas ceasefire set to start at 8:30 a.m. South Korea's impeached President Yoon arrested over a martial law declaration. Israel retains a right to resume Gaza fighting. Netanyahu cites support from Biden and Trump. Trump returns to Washington for a second inauguration. Now from the Hindu newspaper, we have a brief news. Like a Gaza ceasefire and hostage release is set to begin, Israeli troops start withdrawing from Rafah. Israel armored personnel carriers APC park near the Israel-Gaza border before a ceasefire deal between the Israel and Hamas goes into the effect as seen from southern Israel January 18, 2025. The three-stage ceasefire will come into effect at 6:30 according to GMT, Greenwich Mean Time, 12 p.m. IST, Indian Standard Time. A ceasefire in the Gaza between Israel and Hamas is set to come into effect on Sunday, January 19, 2025 morning, with a hostage release to follow hours later, opening the way to a possible end to a 15-month war that has upended the Middle East. Israeli forces started withdrawing from areas in the Gaza's Rafah to the Philadelphia corridor along the border between the Egypt and the Gaza. Pro-Hamas media reported early on Sunday. The ceasefire agreement followed months of on-off negotiations brokered by Egypt, Qatar, and the United States, and came just ahead of the January 20 inauguration of the United States President-elect Donald Trump. The three-stage ceasefire will come into effect at 6:30 according to GMT, but 12 p.m. according to Indian Standard Time on Sunday. That is today. South Korea's impeached president is arrested over a martial law declaration as his supporters riot. Police officers stand guard at the front gate of the Seoul Western District Court in Seoul, South Korea, Sunday, January 19, 2025. South Korea's impeachment president Yoon Suk Yeol has been formally arrested days after being apprehended at his presidential compound in Seoul. South Korea's impeachment president Yoon Suk Yeol was formally arrested early on Sunday, January 19, 2025, days after being apprehended at his presidential compound in Seoul. He faces possible imprisonment over his ill-fated declaration of the martial law last month. Nigeria admitted as a partner country of the BRICS bloc. File picture of the outrage BRICS Plus format session at the BRICS summit in Kazan, Russia on October 24, 2024. Nigeria becomes the ninth BRICS partner country, joining Belarus, Bolivia, Cuba, Kazakhstan, Malaysia, Thailand, Uganda, and Uzbekistan. Nigeria has been admitted as a partner country of the BRICS bloc of the developing economies, according to Brazil, the group's chair. BRICS was formed by Brazil, Russia, India, and China in 2009, with South Africa added in 2010 as a counterweight to the group of 7 leading industrialized nations. In 2023, the bloc added Iran, Egypt, Ethiopia, and the United Arab Emirates, while Saudi Arabia has been invited to join. Turkey, Azerbaijan, and Malaysia have formally applied to become BRICS members, while a few others have also expressed interest. Now going towards the Hindustan Times newspaper, status that Amit Shah orders inter-ministerial team to probe deaths in Jammu's Rajouri area. Union Home Minister Mr. Amit Shah. New Delhi. Union Home Minister Amit Shah has ordered constitution of an inter-ministerial team which will visit the Badhal village in Jammu's Rajouri district to ascertain the causes of the 15 deaths in the past 6 weeks due to mysterious illness, Ministry of Home Affairs MHA said on Saturday. Once again, Israel-Hamas ceasefire deal to take effect from 8:30 a.m. in Gaza. Israeli forces pull back from the Rafah. Israel-Hamas ceasefire live. Trucks loaded with the humanitarian aid wait on the Egyptian side of the Rafah border, crossing with the Gaza Strip on January 18, 2025, following the Israeli cabinet's approval of ceasefire deal amid the ongoing war between Israel and Hamas. The ceasefire in the Gaza war will begin at 6:30 according to GMT on January 19. Israel-Hamas ceasefire update. Israel forces on Sunday began withdrawing up from the Gaza Rafah to the Philadelphia corridor along the border between the Egypt and the Gaza ahead of the beginning of the first phase of the ceasefire deal between the Israel and Hamas. Now, going towards the economy of the country from the business point of view, India's first railway PSU ETF grow. Nifty India Railways PSU ETF. This ETF aims to track the performance of the Nifty India Railways PSU index TRI, consisting of approximately 14 railway PSU stocks that hold the growth potential. India's first railways. EPFO members can self-correct personal details without employer's intervention. EPFO members with eKYC accounts, that is Aadhaar seeded accounts, can now file their EPF transfer claims online with the Aadhaar OTP one-time password directly without any need for intervention of the employer. Union Labour and Employment Minister Mansukh Mandavia launched the new EPFO facility on Saturday. In collaborated move, Reserve Bank of India loosens grip, lets rupee depreciate against the United States dollar. Since December 10, rupee has depreciated 2.12% against the United States dollar to touch 86.62. The rupee lodged its steepest single-day fall in nearly 2 years and ended the January 13 session 66 points down at its historic low of 86.70 against the United States dollar. In what appears to the shift in strategy, the Reserve Bank of India (RBI) has seemingly relaxed its control over the rupee, allowing it to depreciate against the United States dollar over the past month. Now, going towards science and tech, we have the TikTok notifies the United States users of the shutdown as Trump seeks last-ditch solution. TikTok warned users in the United States that the application would soon become temporarily unavailable. I think that would be certainly an option that we look at. The 90-day extension is something that will be most likely done because it is appropriate, says President-elect Donald Trump. TikTok warned users in the United States late Saturday, January 18, 2025, that the application would soon become temporarily unavailable, as law banning in the country was set to take effect through President-elect Donald Trump said he was considering a reprieve. Reiterating the cancer risks of the alcohol consumption. Alcohol consumption is the third leading preventable cause of the cancer in the United States after tobacco and obesity. The World Health Organization (WHO) has noted that the global burden of diseases and injuries caused by the alcohol consumption can be quantified for 31 health conditions. In the early January, United States Surgeon General Vivek Murthy released the new Surgeon General's advisory on alcohol and cancer risk, called for cancer risk warning on alcohol-containing beverages. The health risks associated with the alcohol consumption are well known, with the advisory stating that alcohol consumption is the third leading preventable cause of the cancer in the United States after tobacco and obesity. The World Health Organization (WHO) in its global status report on alcohol and health treatment of the substances use disorders noted that the global burden of disease and injuries caused by the alcohol consumption can be quantified for 31 health conditions on the basis of available scientific evidence for the role of alcohol use in their development, occurrence, and outcomes. When it comes to alcohol consumption, there is no safe amount that does not affect health, the World Health Organization said in a statement published in the Lancet Public Health. However, how far this message has penetrated and how much of it was understood, especially in a setting like India, remains debatable. The fact remains that the consuming alcohol increases the risk of at least 7 types of cancer, including mouth, pharynx, voice box, esophagus, breast in women, liver, colon, and rectum. RNA and not DNA is the main cause of acute sunburn. Over the years, we have been told that the sunburn damages the DNA, leading to the cell death and inflammation. But a new study conducted on the mice as well as in human skin cells has found that is not the full truth. The researchers found that instead of the DNA, the acute effects of the sunburn were actually caused due to the damage to the RNA. The objective of their study was to describe the impact of the ultraviolet radiations on the skin and what causes these damages. The researchers found the same skin response to ultraviolet radiations exists in both mice and human cells. The result of the study were published in the journal Molecular Cell. RNA is similar to DNA, but whereas DNA is long-lived, RNA is more transient molecule. A type of RNA known as messenger RNA, mRNA, functions as an intermediate messenger that carries information from DNA to make proteins, the basic building block of cellular component. mRNA damage triggers a response in the ribosome's protein complex that read the mRNA to synthesize the protein, orchestrated by a protein known as ZAK alpha. This so-called ribotoxic citrus response. The new study shows that response can be described as a surveillance system within the cells, which registers the RNA damage, leading to the inflammatory signaling and recruitment of the immune cells, which then leads to the inflammation of the skin. Now, at last, there's a famous an Albanian and Indian Catholic nun known by his famous name Mother Teresa, full name Mary Teresa Bojaziu, born on 26 August 1910 up to 5 September 1997, better known as Mother Teresa or Saint Mother Teresa, was an Albanian Indian Catholic nun, founder of the Missionaries of the Charity, and is a Catholic saint. Born in Skopje, the part of the Ottoman Empire, she was raised in a devotedly Catholic family. At the age of 18, she moved to Ireland to join the Sisters of Loreto, and later to the India, where she lived most of her life and carried out her missionary work. On 4th September 2016, she was canonized by the Catholic Church as a Saint Teresa of Calcutta. The anniversary of her death, 5 September, is now observed as her feast day. Mother Teresa founded the Missionaries of the Charity, a religious congregation that was initially dedicated to serving the poorest of the poor in the slums of Calcutta. Over the decades, the congregation grew to operate in over 133 countries as of 2012, with more than 4,500 nuns managing homes for these dying from HIV, AIDS, leprosy, and tuberculosis, as well as the running soap kitchens, dispensaries, mobile clinics, orphanages, and schools. Members of the order take vows of chastity, poverty, and obedience, and also profess a fourth vow to give the wholehearted free service to the poorest of the poor. Mother Teresa received several honors, including 1962 Mohan Raman Magsaysay Prize and the 1979 Nobel Peace Prize. Her life and her work have inspired books, documentaries, and films. Her authorized biography, written by Navin Chawla, was published in 1992, and on the 6th September 2017, she was named a co-patron of the Roman Catholic Archdiocese of Calcutta alongside the Saint Francis Xavier. However, she was also a controversial figure, drawing a criticism for her staunch opposition to abortion, divorce, and contraception, as well as the poor conditions and lack of the medical care or pain relief in her houses for the dying. Mother Teresa says a very famous quotation. She says that we cannot do great things, only small things with a great love. Okay, thank you.